I think it's going to be fine. We're going to have +2 to our defense from the movement that we're doing. +1 because of distance, +1 because of jumping, +1 because of night. Being elevated doesn't give you any bonuses to hit. It actually just makes it a lot easier to get a lot of line of sight. That might be a little too risky. Because they could move up a lot and open up some shots on the Panther. What do you guys think? Well, probably what's safe to do is to move the Locust. Now, I could go and, you know, just put you in behind these buildings. These guys might be able to come around. I think they've got jump jets. They could land on top of the buildings, and then we'd be shooting each other. But we'll have one moved 3, 5, 7. So that's +3 to our defense, +1 because of night. We wouldn't be the easiest to shoot. And then next turn we could pop out. I could end up over here. Is this heavy woods? Give me my tooltip. It is heavy woods, which is always a +2 defense. It would require a piloting check, though, because we're doing a corner on the asphalt right over here. Yeah, either way. And these are light woods, which might be okay, although, again, a piloting check. I think I like this. I think it's going to be fine. So what do? He just moved this one tank over here. Actually, I think he just sat the tank where it was. Jumps. We can jump very far with the assassin. Possibly jump into partial cover behind this building here. That's actually probably fine. It's going to be a fairly safe location. There are angles that these guys could come, which means we wouldn't have cover. But we're going to be moving 7 tiles here, which is going to give us +3 to our defense, +1 because of the jump, +1 because it's night. Yeah, this assassin would be untouched. I don't think it'll be able to shoot anything with any accuracy, even if we do end up with line of sight. But we're going to be safe. Move the vehicle over here. Now that's interesting. So let's go and see what is the deal with this vehicle. So it has, you know, a fair amount of armor compared to our light mechs over here. It's fairly well armored. What kind of weapons is it packing? It's packing a bunch of SMERMs, short-range missiles. It's packing 12 points of firing with the short-range missiles. Oh, they're not in the turret, though. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Its machine guns are in the turret. Oh, sorry, and it does have a 6-pack of SRMs in the turret as well. So the best bet would be to be on the side of this thing. There's no overlapping arcs as well. Ugh, but that's still, that's a lot. General, what kind of weapons we have? Medium lasers. Yeah, we really can't get into any competent amounts of range to do anything with this guy. I think what we do is just a fairly speedy move. I still want to avoid the piloting checks. If I do that and then turn to face this way, using my 11th point of move, yeah. So I'm going to run to here. I'll have the buildings covering one flank, and we'll have an angle out this way. Nothing's going to shoot anything. There's forests here blocking line of sight and doing everything. It's going to be another... Okay, I didn't expect that. So I guess we walked over the building to get to the other side, and the building collapsed. Yeah, see, people in chat, like, someone said something like the buildings have these valleys and things. I've mostly been playing on open maps. So we tried to walk over this building, crushed it. We fell. So we took damage from the collapsing building, then we took damage from the fall. A fuck ton of damage from the fall. A pilot wasn't injured, thank goodness. Okay, I didn't see that coming. We're going to try to get up again and keep moving. We are going to have to make some piloting checks to get up. Yeah, I don't want to do a run because then there would be some extra stuff. I'm just going to move to here. We need a 9 to get up. I mean, we have to. The problem is the Jenner doesn't have any arms, so it has a really hard time getting up. You know what's going to happen here? The Jenner's going to try to stand up, fail, take more damage. Oh, we failed another piloting check, took damage. This Jenner's basically out of the game because we tried to walk over this. Whatever, try to get up again. I don't care. We need you to stand up. Nope, you failed again. All right, just sit there. You know what? You're behind a building. If you keep taking damage, we're just going to lose a bunch of BV for free and lose this. God damn it! So seriously, I don't actually know how to tell how much weight a building can take. It's probably come up in chat a few times. Battletech building CF. Collapse. I don't know. Is CF just the amount of weight? How much tonnage it can carry? That's what I'm wondering. CF, okay, is a weight thing. So the Panther weighs 35, and this building here has a CF of 43. So it's fine, unless the building starts taking damage. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just drop on top of this. But the thing is, I wasn't even thinking about it, because I wasn't thinking I'm landing on a building. I didn't realize the Jenner would walk through this building, or walk over the building and cause a collapse. We're going to have to be really careful about this shit. Ah! It's stuff like this that, like, when you don't know all the mechanics and they catch you off guard. I think for the Spider, I'm kind of comfortable with stopping here. Now, let me double check the Phoenix Hawk. Yeah, you do have a jump. Conceivably, if I move my Spider to here. Oh man, that's going to take so many piloting checks because we're doing a run. Yeah, never mind. Oh, let's move to here. This actually would just be a walk. I could still do a run. I wouldn't be facing anywhere useful. Where's a good spot for cover? Well, I guess I could just do a jump. Because I can set my facing to whatever the hell I want at that point. Maybe I'll put myself next to the Locust. I mean, I could go, and I could open up fire at this point. But I'd still be in, like, a bunch of forward firing arcs, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to let them go and land on the building if they want. And honestly, if they do, we might just start attacking the building and try to force a collapse. Which would be kind of hilarious, apparently. So we're going to move to here. So the Shadowhawk's going to take its move. This is the results of all our piloting checks. We already knew about those at this point. Okay, so the Phoenix Hawk did move over here. Now, the Phoenix Hawk can torso twist, so it's probably going to try to fire at the Spider. But we've got a few other options. So our Assassin here, it can torso twist this way to put the Phoenix Hawk in its firing thing. But between all the jumping and everything, I'm thinking the chances to hit are going to be apocalyptic. Yeah, okay. The Assassin literally can't hit at all. So we can just go and skip that. That's going to be fine. The prone Jenner, which actually I should have done a turn on the ground to at least face things, but there would be buildings in the way. The prone Jenner I'm just going to skip because it's obviously a non-entity for the entire rest of the fight. Arrgh! This is what happens when you got shitty pilots. We really... You know what I should have done? The mech pilot I hired, I should have fired... who's piloting this? I should have fired Captain Krapkin and just replaced you with someone who's got actual skills. The Locust can't torso twist. It can flip arms, but that's not going to be a helpful firing arc at all. So I think the Locust just does nothing. I mean, we could attack a building, but what's the point? Alright, so the Spider's the good stuff, though. Spider doesn't even have to torso twist. The question is there any chance of hitting anyway? The answer is no. So because, first of all, our gunnery skill... God, we have such crap mech warrior pilots. We have a gunnery skill of 6. It's dusk. It's raining. The attacker, that's me, jumped. My target moved. My target jumped. We need a 14 plus to do this. So we're also just going to do nothing. The Panther Would need a 14 to hit the Phoenix with the PPC. Would need a 14 to hit this tank. Doesn't have line of sight over the Shadowhawk. We need a 16 over here. So again, nothing happens. Interesting, the Phoenix Hawk, which apparently has a half-decent pilot, of course you would hit on a 12. Of course you're going to land a blow, because why not? Does try to take a shot at the spider and does do it. Okay, now the melee attacks are going to be interesting. The Locust can melee one of the buildings, but I don't think there's any reason to do that. The spider, though, can take a melee attack at the Phoenix Hawk. However, I bet you the odds are going to be pretty bad. We definitely don't want to kick, because a missed kick forces a piloting check on our behalf, but a punch would probably be okay. Oh, we need 13s to hit with a punch. So that's that, and the assassin, I'm not going to have you punch a building or anything like this. Okay, we don't get meleeed either, though, so at least there's that. We win initiative this time, so it's going to force them to move first. And he moved this tank. Again, this tank is doing nothing, which is possibly making my life easier. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Oops, cancel. I'm going to select the Jenner. I'm going to turn you to face this way. But otherwise, I'm just going to... That's our move. I'm using the Jenner to sort of sink a move for us, to force more movement. So again, he moved the tank. Now, one question is, do we move the Panther? Because, again, we could do another jump. We could get closer, we could do whatever, but we're going to have a huge penalty to hit. I'm thinking the Panther just sits tight. The downside of that is our own defenses are going to be pretty poor. We need to know if they're moving towards the Panther or not. I'm thinking the Locust might be the best option to sort of sink another move over here. If I go and back up into the light woods over here, I'll be facing down this way. Now, we could still get jumped behind us, but it feels a little unlikely. What I could do is also turn to face down here. So what we're doing is we're backing into the woods, and we're going to end up facing south. If he jumps behind me, I can flip my arms backwards. Being in light woods gives us an extra +1 defense. I think we do that. There's a possibility the Shadowhawk or the Phoenix Hawks ends up behind our Locust, but we're going to be able to respond to that kind of nonsense. Okay, so now the Shadowhawks finally made a move that matters. We could very easily, probably not with the Assassin, no, but the Spider could end up right behind the Shadowhawk. The problem with that is, I don't think the heavy tank would have line of sight. I don't know if there's a way to find this tank's line of sight rules. How do I change the origin point? No, I want to change the red point. Is it shift click? Someone's got to know. Control click? I'm trying to determine line of sight from this tile to this tile. But I don't care about this one. Oh. There we go. Reset you and go there. Ah, excellent. So there's no line of sight. This heavy tank can indeed not shoot me over here. Because this is a height 3 building. Yes, that's good. Now, the medium tank over here would have line of sight, though. And could shoot us, not in the back, but on the side. Hey, flanch! Oh, sorry you have to step away. Am I okay with that? What kind of weapon is this tank packing? It says AC2's in the name, but is that the full picture? Some Smurms, that'll be, that's 8 distance, so that would be a long-range shot with the Smurms. The AC2, we'd be still in short range, which would be a little scary, to be honest. Sorry, I didn't actually want to still be doing this. I want to be panning. Okay, the Panther, well, doesn't have a shot on the Shadowhawk. I'm actually thinking the Panther jumps forward here and gets itself on another nice high tile. Is this... I can't read the height. It's so messy. It's height 1, CF28, so it might actually collapse. This one here would be okay. Height 3... would give us some interesting shot potentials going forward. What if I just land on flat ground, though? Oh, I can't reach there. I'm forgetting that, like, this is not a super jumper. I might just jump down into the woods. I wouldn't have a shot. No, you know what? No guts, no glory. The Panther's going to stay where it is. Maybe get a PPC shot off. We're forcing a move of the Phoenix Hawk. It's not got a shot here. So now the question does become, do I do some aggressive jumps over this way? Do I just focus on taking out these tanks, maybe? And how much damage would they do? I mean, they're pretty dangerous. Yeah. Standing on a building, line of sight's always mutual. So if you can see them, they can see you. I'm thinking we focus on the tanks first, is the right answer. If I land here, there's going to be cover against these guys with the height and everything. I mean, that's going to be pretty nutty with this transport, but I think that's what we're going to do. You know what? What could possibly go wrong? We got to make a move. For the sake of, like, advancing the stream, we got to do that. And the spider, I think we'll do the same sort of thing. Although we can't get another sort of freebie shot on the tank the same way. I could just get up high on this height 3 building. And again, it'll open me up to various attacks, but we'll still have fairly good dodge. Death from above. Get close to the spider to melee as well. Yeah, although the odds of actually landing the shot will still be quite difficult. You know, if I do this, this tank probably won't be able to do much damage. I'm going to land here and turn this way. I'm not facing my back to these guys. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Let's just do it. Thump, thump, thump. Okay. So, the Jenner's got no one to shoot at. So we can just end your shooting phase. It's going to be fine. The Panther that's over here... You can actually hit this tank with a 10 plus on your PPC shot. There's no reason not to try. We have no heat or anything, so we'll do that. The SRMs are right out of range, so we got that. Meanwhile, over here, now the long-range missiles aren't going to be able to hit this guy. But the medium laser is on a 10 plus. The SRM2 is on a 10 plus. That's good. Out of curiosity, this tank over here, the LRMs, the LRM5 can hit this guy in a 9 plus. Still, I think we got to focus fire on this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to medium laser this guy. So we have 6 heat because of all the jumping. The medium laser will add 3. The SRM will add 2. That'll put us at 11. We only sink 10, so we'll have some excess heat, but that's okay. The question is, do I hit this guy with the LRM5 volley at this point? It now requires a 10 plus because he's a secondary target. It will generate 2 extra heat, leaving us at 13, which isn't enough to give us a penalty. The question is a 10 plus on 2d6 enough to make the excess heat a little worthwhile? We might get lucky. I think we go for it, but I'm not sure if it's actually a long-term good investment for the heat. But I'm gonna prep an LRM volley on this guy. Now for the spider, we are going to, yeah, with 2 medium lasers, we're just. Oh, we need a 13. Ah, that's what we get for moving too much. Out of curiosity, if I were to torso twist. Yeah, we need a 14 over here. So the spider just doesn't fire anything. Boo. But it can try to melee, although there's a good chance we actually would have too hard of a time. The Locust has got nothing that it can fire at, so it's just going to hit done over here. Okay, the fire. So the heavy hover transport is shooting at the assassin. Of course it's going to roll an 11. Needs an 11, so of course it's going to roll an 11. It needs an 11, so of course it's going to roll a 12. And hit me twice, both times in center torso. Machine guns aren't the most dangerous because they only do 2 damage, but still. Oi. Now my Panther missed. Because of course I'm not going to get an 11 or a 12. Why would I ever get that? Oh, we got a 12 here. We only needed a 9. Oh no, that's not us. This tank rolls a 12 to hit it with the AT. The AI cheats. The AI cheats. Urgh. All right, let's see if we can actually land any of the melee attacks. I'm not sure. The kick here, see, we need a 10 to hit, and if we miss the kick, then we have to do a piloting check or fall over. And Countess Potato's got a piloting skill of 7, which is really bad. So we are not going to melee over here. The assassin only needs a 6, which is much better. All right, so we're going to try to stomp on this tank, which we are successful. And so we do 8 damage to the left side, but it still has tons of armor left. Please tell me you have initiative. We do have initiative, which is good. We're going to force a move from them first. Again, this tank here is just staying where it is. AI, statistics? What statistics? Dice always cheat. Assault is real. All these things are very true. So, we hit... The Panther could hit with a 10 plus over here. And I'm tempted to not move the Panther. The thing is, if we move closer, what's our range on the PPCs? It'd be nice to start getting within short range for the PPC shots. Now, the turn we jump, we will take a substantial penalty hit. Oh yeah, and the problem here was there were no buildings that were sort of tall enough or strong enough for us, right? Yeah, this would just collapse. We can't get here. I mean, it could jump on the ground and then do nothing, and next turn jump up again. I think what we do is we leave the Panther where it is and hope that it can get some more pot shots with its PPC. Oh, and I guess the Jenner, I could just go and eat a turn with the Jenner over here, because again, we're not moving you. That's going to be that. We'd better control the battlefield at the end of this, though, because we need to be able to recover the Jenner. Now, the Shadowhawk moves behind the Assassin, which is very interesting. Because it can torso twist to shoot us. Actually, even without a torso twist, it could hit us with left-armed weapons. What I would really like to do is bring in the Locust. So, to get the short range with my medium lasers, I need to be within 3. And for the small lasers, you need to be adjacent at a 1. And the Locust can technically get there by running through all this, which would actually be okay. We could go over this building and end up being adjacent here. We could actually just climb up the roof of this building. This height 2 building, CF-44, the Locust could stand up there. We'd be in short range for our laser shot. For our medium laser. We'd be at medium range for our small laser, which still isn't too bad. We don't really have any defensive bonuses other than the weather conditions. This guy jumped, actually, so he's going to have a +3 penalty to all of his attacks. So I'm actually not that severely worried. Now, I can't get a rear arc shot or anything like that. I think this is actually okay. The only question becomes, do I want to risk the piloting rolls to get adjacent so I can try a kick on him? Of course, if I run, then I'll have an extra penalty to my attack as well. I think I just run and stop on top of this building, or walk on top of this building and stand there. Yeah, you can't move on through enemy units. Yes, that is very true. This is an assassin, not a cicada, but yeah, the point remains. You can walk through friendlies. You can't walk through enemies, and in any case, you can't end your turn on the same tile. Oh, the heavy hover transport is underneath the Phoenix Hawk as well. I think the Locust moving to here is going to be fine. So we're going to do that. Ah, the transport moved back. I'm kind of okay with that. I think the plan might actually become like hammer. Well, hammer who? I mean, the Spider can shoot the Phoenix Hawk in the spine right now, which is very nice. I feel like the Assassin needs to move to get some defensive bonuses. Now, we can actually walk out of here. Yeah, this is a heavy enough building that we can actually walk over this and reposition ourselves. And this guy can't kick us. He could try a punch, but again, he did the jump, which is pretty bad. This guy jumped too. They're going to have huge penalties to hit. I'm actually wondering, does the Spider and the Assassin just stand still to minimize our own to-hit penalties? Yeah, the Spider might get obliterated by these two. That's a good point. Tell you what then, let's go ahead. We can walk to here. How much does the Spider weigh? 30 tons. So it can actually handle this. We could walk the Spider to here to get adjacent to this guy. I will have to do a torso twist for the actual shooting, but that's fine. Then we'll have cover against these guys, therefore the Spider will be protected. And the Assassin, we actually might just see about moving him over here. I realize we'll be in the forward arc, but if all goes well, we should be able to unload a lot more damage on this guy than he's going to do against us. Let's just go for it. It's fine. So yeah, the Assassin can't move there, even with a backup. Well, the backup, you can't change levels. So, I mean, we could walk to something. I could just jump. If I stayed here, I think there'd be some cover protection from the Vedette over here. Oh, no, it's got perfectly fine line of sight with a distance of 7. I think the assassin's got to move, which means we have to jump. I think I'm just going to jump to here. Unless... Oh, hold on. No, what I want to do is I'm going to jump to here. And while that won't enable a melee attack, it means that I'll be at medium range versus the Phoenix Hawk's medium lasers, and therefore a little bit harder to hit. So we'll do that. Jump onto one tank, shoot the other. That's true. Now, if I just jump on here, I don't think this counts as a death from above. I think this is legal. It's actually interesting because the forest will give plenty of cover over here. Did anyone in the chat ever answer if the buildings, if the tanks can shoot straight up? I can't shoot straight down. Can the tanks shoot straight up? Because if not, this is actually going to be a very safe location. Landing on anything as DFA? I mean, I'm not hitting the DFA button. But maybe it will be. Can't shoot same hex. Tanks can't shoot at targets in same hex. Excellent. So this, if we do this, we won't be able to apply bonus damage to the Phoenix. But at the very worst case scenario, you can potentially try to step on the tank. Yeah, pretty sure only infantry can fire at units in same hex, and I don't think it'll be a death from above. I think we'll get notified. Let's do this. It's a fairly defensive move. I would have liked to just ram more damage on the Phoenix Hawk, though. Ah! Oh, this is only 25 CF building? Wow. Here's an interesting thing. If I jump on top of this building, I don't think there'll be any mutual... No, you know what? I'm just going to do this. It's fine. Let's just do it. Finish the turn. I hate when people take too long to make up their minds in like board game sessions and things like that. So the assassin cannot shoot straight down. It's not going to be legal. Automatic failure over there. But is there any chance I could hit this tank with anything? Well, I got some 11 rolls, which isn't too bad. What about the Phoenix Hawk over here with my LRMs? It's a 12. It's a 13. It might actually still be worth taking a shot at the Phoenix Hawk with the LRMs. I mean, it's pretty unlikely to hit. The alternative is to shoot this tank here with a couple of lasers. I'm already at my heat limit, but it's not the end of the world. These are slightly more likely to hit, but very unlikely to penetrate anything. I mean, we've already applied some damage here, but taking it... Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and just shoot these. Slightly more likely to hit. And the nice thing about hitting vehicles is there's actually a fairly high chance that you can screw up their ability to move around. So now I could try to declare a secondary target, but it would put it at 13, so there's no point in doing that. Okay. The Jenner, this freaking Jenner, who taught us much about construction factor, is not going to shoot at anything. The Panther, is there any chance? And these guys are doing jumps and stuff. It turned, oh yeah, 10 plus on the PPC against the Shadowhawk. Yeah, let's do it. We'll get lucky at some point. The SRMs, there's nothing in range, so you're not going to bother with that. So the Locust over here is obviously going to try the Shadowhawk. We could try the Phoenix, but it's slightly further away. Shadowhawk here, it's 9 plus for the medium lasers. We're going to fire both of those. It's 11 plus on the small lasers. May as well fire them. We're below our heat threshold, so that's going to be fine. Small lasers are really heat efficient. 1 heat for 3 damage. They just have a really short range. And then the Spider is going to have to torso twist to bring the Shadowhawk within its forward arc. And then we can medium laser it at an 11 plus, which isn't fantastic, but we're going to give it a go. Okay. Needs 10, roll 10. So the opposing Phoenix Hawk, of course, rolls a 10. Rear, partial cover. So, if you're, the 4th edition rules for partial cover, it gave you +3 to your defense. In the Total Warfare rules from Cataclysm Labs, or whatever it's called, they changed it so that partial cover just gives +1 to your defense. But whereas in the previous versions, it was +3, but they'd always roll on your upper body. In this one, it's only +1, but they roll on full body and they ignore any hits on the legs, as I believe it works. Anyway, here, of course, he's going to roll 10 to hit. And of course, he's not going to hit our legs. And apparently, he's hitting the rear arc for the Phoenix Hawk. So yeah. So we take some internal structure damage. We only have 1 internal structure left in our right torso. Thank goodness you missed the rest. Although another 10 over there. Our assassin rolls a 4, rolls a 3. The Shadowhawk misses everything. The Panther misses. This tank misses, which is good. The Locust rolls a 12. Only needed a 9. Hits the arm, but the Shadowhawk still has tons of armor left. We miss everything else. I mean, we should do like a statistical analysis afterwards of like who got luckier. I'm pretty sure we would lose out on that number. God. God damn it. Urgh. But we got melee attacks as an option. So our spider can attempt to punch the Shadowhawk. Does it actually punch both? Maybe. Yeah, I think so. We didn't fire any arm weapons, so I think we might be available to punch both times.